up you guys, it's Jocelyn. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be filming a freshman advice video. I am literally so excited. I filmed one I think last year or maybe the year before, and it was probably my favorite video to make because I love helping you guys out and I love whenever you guys have questions about stuff. I'm going to start off this video with some handy dandy tips that I wish I would have used or some that I did actually use. So tip number one is if you really want to know where your classes are, or if you have trouble memorizing your schedule, or if you don't want to hold your schedule around school all day, a good way to memorize your schedule and to just have it right there in front of you is actually set your schedule as your wallpaper on your phone. So what you do is just take a picture of your schedule. I know sometimes it's a paper schedule, or if it's online you can just screenshot it and then set it as your lock or home screen or both, and every time you look at your phone it's just right there. And also my school, it has 3 different floors, so sometimes getting to classes can be a little bit hard. So I recommend doing this if you're stressed and don't know where any of your classes are and you're kind of like worried about like running out of time, although you won't run out of time, trust me. You could always look up a blueprint, I think that's what it's called, of your school and kind of determine the best ways to get to that class the fastest. So maybe like cutting across a certain floor or whatever, using a certain staircase, and so it can definitely save you some time on that. Tip number 2 I have for all you little freshmen: don't buy too many school supplies. You know, you don't need to buy color pencils, markers, Sharpies, you know, staplers, tape, glue. You don't need to buy all of that stuff. In my opinion, and what's best for me and what I've done in the past, is I would buy a pack of pencils, paper, binder, and maybe a notebook or 2, and I would just leave it as that. And if I need something else for the class, I will just get it the first week of school, sometime within that time era. So don't go crazy on school supplies yet, because you don't want to carry all that weight around and then not use it for the entire year. Tip number 3 is manage your time wisely after school, especially with extracurricular activities. Don't let like extracurricular activities such as, you know, any sports or clubs take over your time of studying and preparing for tests and stuff like that. You don't want to fail a test because you went to, you know, drama club or something like that. So make sure you use your time wisely and don't get too caught up in your extracurricular activities that you choose. So tip number 4 is please do not be that kid that runs in the hallways and pushes and shoves and try to get to the next class. You will make it to your next class, I promise you. If you don't stop and talk to anybody, or if you don't take a long bathroom break, you will most likely make it to your class for sure. The school isn't that big. It's designed for you to get to one side of the school to the other. You're okay. Just please don't run and push and shove or any of that stuff, because those are just as bad as slow walking people. Number 5 is kind of something I would do. Maybe it's too late to do it if you're going into freshman year, but definitely if you're a freshman and you're going into your sophomore year, this will definitely help you. So you freshmen, keep this in mind for next school year. But taking online summer classes will help you so much. When I was in 8th grade going into 9th grade, so where you guys are probably watching this video now, I took an online gym class so I wouldn't have to take it my freshman year, and it helped me a lot. It was super easy, it was kind of fun, and it did help me out a lot. I had a lot of extra, you know, class time, and I get to kind of switch around what classes I wanted to take. And also whenever you become, you know, a junior or a senior and you don't have to take all 4 classes per semester, you can switch out blocks and stuff like that, so you can take more fun classes instead of, you know, gym or stuff like that. And then also when I was a sophomore going into junior year, I took English 3 online, and that class was pretty hard, but it was definitely worth it because my junior year I was the only junior in a class full of seniors, and I felt really smart. And now my senior year I don't have to take any English class. Any English class. Number 6 is just a heads up warning. Going from middle school to high school, you get a lot of like independence, you know, you're kind of on your own and stuff, but don't take that for granted. You know, don't go like screw around and, you know, break all these rules and all this stuff, because being independent is very hard, but the teachers won't help you out as much. They expect you to do a lot more work on your own and expect you to memorize when the tests are and write down important dates and study, and they're not going to keep reminding you these things because they expect you to become, you know, a young adult and stuff like that. So always be kind of on a lookout for yourself and make sure you're always prepared. And number 8 is make sure your book bag is as organized as it can be, because trust me, you don't want to go through your book bag second semester trying to find important tests that you made up and then find papers from the beginning of the school year. Every quarter, what I like to do is just kind of file out my papers. So important papers that I need, I will keep them. I will, you know, clip them in my binder, put them in a folder, label it, do whatever. But definitely get rid of this unnecessary papers because they will weigh you down, literally weigh you down, because it makes your book bag very heavy. Just don't do that. And tip number 9 is organization is key, kind of just what I went off of. So always label your notebooks, label your papers, keep papers that you absolutely need, trash the ones that you don't need, recycle the ones that you don't need, and just keep everything nice and organized and neat because it will help you whenever you're in the rush for looking for something. And then finally, tip number 10 is keep a schedule or a calendar nearby. I wish I would have done this freshman year. I just started doing this junior year and I'm using it again this year. But buy a little tiny like calendar thing from like Target or Walmart, basically wherever, and you know, buy some colorful pins if it helps you, or some post-it notes or highlighters. But write down important dates, write down, you know, work schedules, sports schedules, after school activities, just everything, and trust me, it will keep you so organized. So now moving on to the questions that you guys might have. I asked you guys on my Instagram and my Snapchat if you guys had any questions, so let's just get straight to that. Number 1 is Freshman Friday a thing? So I actually didn't know what this meant. I had to have the person explain it to me. But basically, Freshman Friday is whenever every Friday the seniors bully or prank the freshmen. And let me just say, that is a myth, or at least where I go to school, it's a myth. I've never heard of this before. The seniors and the freshmen are kind of doing their own thing. Every level or every grade level is just kind of doing their own thing. We don't really like bump heads or anything like that. The next question was actually not a question, it's just somebody requested for a topic for me to talk about. And they said, talk about focusing on you and your career. Definitely go into freshman year kind of having a career that you want to work towards. For example, if you want to do something in performing arts or something with drama or anything in the arts, make sure you take your art classes, your drama, maybe a computer class to help you out with like any design, musical theater, join the theater club, I don't know, just lots of things that can guide you into the right direction, because whenever you apply to colleges and you have to write down the list of high school classes that you took that could help you for your future career, those will definitely help out and definitely be a lot of eye openers for some colleges since you already have some experience. But if not, if you're not sure, that's always okay. You can always find yourself and find your career within high school. Now the next question is actually another topic for me to talk about, and they said talk about involvement. So involvement in high school is so important, but you also want to make sure you don't over involve yourself, if that makes sense. So don't join every single club that you see or hear about, and don't join every single sport, because 1, you don't want it to get in the way of your work at school. Number 2, it will look kind of bad on colleges if you list every single thing that you've done. So make sure you join any sports or any clubs that will benefit you in your future career and stuff like that. But involvement is very important. You'll meet lots of new friends and it's actually pretty fun. Number 4 says, is it true that seniors go for the freshman girls? I don't think I know one senior that has ever dated a freshman girl. It's not really true, actually. Usually seniors are kind of doing their own thing, but yeah, most of them don't really correlate themselves with freshman girls just because usually freshmen are more immature. Yeah, moving on, the next question. I play volleyball and I want to join more sports/school activities. Are there any that you recommend? Some clubs that I definitely recommend, drama club, or if you want to build kind of your endurance for volleyball, since I know volleyball, I'm pretty sure that is a fall sport. In spring, you have track, and track will definitely help with your endurance. Even if you hate running, you can just run the 200 meter, which is not very far, and that will definitely build your endurance for volleyball season. Or join some really cool club like a Spanish or French club, or you know, the gaming club, photography club. I've joined that before, that's really fun. The next question is, why does everyone hate the class of 2023? We don't do half the stuff people say. I don't think really anybody hates the class of 2023. I think it's just, you know, the sophomores right now hate the freshmen, and the juniors hate the sophomores whenever they were freshmen. It's just kind of like a freshman thing. I'm not really sure. I don't know. The next thing is talk about how to make new friends. So the easiest way to make new friends is join clubs. When you're a freshman, your classes are all over the place. You're not stuck in like a team or whatever where you have like the same 4 teachers and you see the same like 100 students every single day. Your classes switch up. You can have completely different classes with somebody, and you may have sophomores, juniors, or seniors in your class. That is also a good way to make friends. So just talk to people in your class. Join any clubs. Like I said, there are tons and tons of clubs at school. Join any sports, and also just talk to people at lunch or in the hallways. So this is a really long video, but that is all the kind of freshman tips I have. I hope I helped you guys out just a little bit, and I hope you guys have a great freshman year. Have fun, be safe, don't do anything dumb that you'll regret in like 3 years. Yeah, I will see you guys next week. Peace.